Fuck yeah, it's the Smoke Sesh.
It's your favorite assholes here.
With Chris and Chris.
And
the OG, Sean Bell, CEO of the Gore Store, CEO of Last Resort Records.
And Internal Bleeding's first ever merch dude.
IB's first
and
merch
Rhodey.
guy on the fucking, and Rhodey on the fucking Voracious
a
tour.
lot of shit.
And speaking of...
And you stole a lot of beer on that tour.
You stole so much fucking beer,
I stole a lot
dude.
of shit, period. But
And
beer mostly.
I just realized this. I'm spending my day off with my landlord and my boss.
There you
This
go.
isn't exactly how I wanted to spend my day off.
Right now, I just would like to give a quick shout out to Peter Proto for hooking me and Sean up over here with some whiskey from South Carolina.
Oh, Cemetery Pete?
Oh, yeah.
That little sounds for the...
Let's listen to
I got one, too.
All right, let's listen to this crystal, again, in memory of my mother and her $200 crystal glasses. Clink.
Oh,
you know it's official.
So
Cheers.
we love you all, and welcome.
I'm even drinking today.
Welcome aboard. Thanks again for the whiskey.
Shout out to John Harvey.
Shout out to the OG John Harvey. He's been there since day one, since we started doing this shit, man. Castle Heights era, fucking the downtown, fucking Ritual,
Hashish,
Fantasia, the whole fucking shit, man.
So it's a kind of special. This whole month's been kind of this whole month has been kind of special.
I present you with the fresh, Sean.
This is clean and fresh.
As usual, we're sponsored by BrutalGlass.com, BrutalGlass.com, BrutalGlass.com. I don't want to transmit any sort of COVIDs to Sean, so you get the fresh. All right, so Sean owns, we'll get into the history shortly, but Sean owns the Gore Store on eBay and Gore Store on Amazon.com, and we'll put those fucking links in the comments in a few minutes. And I work there. That's my day job. He lets me go on tour, and when I'm home, I am the fucking office manager down there. So props to Sean for fucking...
props to my boy Chris for holding down the shop all the time.
Making this shit happen for me. He was the man who discovered my original band, Without Remorse, when we were just a high school band called From the Ashes.
From the Ashes.
So you discovered From the Ashes, and you were like, well, that's pretty good, but you guys need to step it up. And we did. So me and Matt reformed the band in 2004 and started Without Remorse. And you put us on all of our first big shows, Misery Index, Full Blown Chaos, 25 to Life, all these bands that came through, you put us on as the opener for.
Oh, yeah.
And that really got us on the map. And then Suffo guys noticed, and they were like, these guys are good for their fucking age,
They're coming down.
One of our viewers, Chris Stevenson. I bought from the Gore Store.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, Chris, that's awesome. I've known.
I hope you loved it.
Sean and I used to work together too.
The all-time greatest record
at the greatest record store ever.
My greatest job, and I owned 2 jobs. That place was unbelievable.
We worked at a place called None of the Above. Trivia question: owned by who?
Oh wait, I can't say I can't say the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Is he on there?
No, he might be watching.
I see him on there. Before,
anyway, None of the Above was owned by Brett from Sorrow. And if you don't know
Sorrow,
Roadrunner? Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were on
their
Roadrunner.
first 2 albums. Well, their only 2 albums were on Roadrunner.
Wow.
And I love their second album. It's so good.
And Tom, OG Tom.
2 things about Brett and Sorrow. First, I have the Apparition demo. I don't know what I've known Brett for a long time. I actually walked into the store at None of the Above. That's how I got the job. After hearing it on, remember the Power Surge, WUSB? They were talking about the shop coming up, and I was a kid. I walked in there, saw Brett.
That was our local radio station here on the...
WUSB, Stony Brook University Radio. They would have 2 late-night death metal shows.
They had Terminal Catatonia with Parm.
Right, yeah, with Parm, and then the other one, Raz.
And Raz, yeah.
So this is going back decades. But anyway, so I ran in there. Brett was still setting up shop. I was a kid, like I said. He started grilling me just questions about shit, about bands. And he was, I don't know how you know this stuff, but if you want a job for like fucking $3 an hour, fine, that's cool, you got it. I'm like, all right, awesome, sick.
Sean, put subtitles in Spanish. We're not that advanced yet. we'll get there. Meisel, yes, anybody who's anybody has to like Repulsion. So.
Oh yeah, of course. The legend.
Yeah, legendary.
I don't really listen to
it. Chris wasn't born. Chris wasn't born yet.
It's true. I'm too young.
So, it's even more cool thing that Sean is here because Sean was the first roadie on Internal Bleeding's first tour for our first album, Voracious Contempt, which was released 25 years ago.
Holy
today.
Shit.
Can you believe that?
No.
It was released
I want to go for a second for that.
It was released 25 years ago today. I can go on forever about it, but I don't want to. It's just... Give me, Sean, why don't you give me your favorite tour story
I have.
from the I want one favorite tour story from the Voracious Contempt tour.
All right, it's taking a whole day.
Well,
It was a day.
one good story,
So
other than when
here's
we
the story.
kidnapped you, which was my favorite
Yeah,
story.
getting kidnapped was great.
I think you told that one.
Depending on how you look at that. Yeah, that was a different episode, which I just happened to click in. I'm like, why the fuck am I? They talking about we got thrown into Grand Theft Auto style into a van.
We were
So the
Grand Theft
greatest
Auto
thing-
before Grand Theft Auto.
We were driving through. We were on tour for a little bit. There's two. I'll do two stories.
All right, two stories. Go.
I'm doing two.
Go.
So the one that was the best for me was we were in Arizona. I think we were going to play. Fuck, that place was like the Mystic or something. It was like some kind of pyramid related Europe, Egyptian shit.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
I vaguely remember.
You took me into the spot where Dead Alive Productions were. You guys knew the dudes
Yes,
who
yes,
did the
yes.
Traces of Death
Right,
videos.
right,
and
right.
I love horror movies, but I really liked Faces of Death, which is real death shit. And then they made these movies that were real death shit with a death metal soundtrack. So this blew my mind. So I'm hanging out with this guy, and he's giving me stacks of Traces of Death tapes. That made my day. So now I'm having a good day. Started drinking early. Went to the show at this spot that I can't remember the name of because I was hammered. Internal Bleeding goes on, and I thought it was a good idea for me to temporarily leave the merch booth and try to pummel everybody in Arizona, and did it successfully. So I got thrown out of the show with the merch booth.
Yes, you did.
Merch booth being attended by one of the guys in Immolation, and they had to tell, I think it was Chris or Frank, to be like, yo, Rini, Bell's outside. He got thrown out for punching like 13 dudes in the face, and for some reason he was trying to spin kick around in circles and swing at everybody because I didn't see that shit over there yet. And that was my favorite day. The favorite quick story, though, is the first day that we left, we're driving down there in this shitty-ass fucking U-Haul in the back. The thing blows a tire, and we had to stay in the fucking van overnight.
That was the first day of the
That
tour.
was the first day. So and it's freezing balls. It's February.
Oh, yeah, that sucked.
But do you remember the dog?
Yes.
That's the story. So there was this dog that suffered from severe flatulence. I can't make
It was fucking hilarious.
So me and Chris are sitting in this office waiting for us to fill out the paperwork, and this dog is just ripping him nonstop, like. But I'm staring at the dog. I love animals, so I'm playing with this dog, and it's just farting. Chris is like, "Don't rub him anymore." I think it's like making him fart more. Owner just comes in, and this is the end of the story.
True story. True story.
Like,
First night
I'm
of
sorry.
tour. We
He's
didn't
like,
even get to play our first show yet.
but he's a little gassy, and like that was it. So we walked out of like this shit-smelling room into the van, and that was like, okay, now let's start the tour. That was the beginning of the
good fucking times. Okay, so I have to say one thing since it is the 25th anniversary of Voracious Contempt. Unfortunately, there's one person missing here, and that would be Bill Tolley.
Oh, fuck, man.
So we're gonna raise a glass. If you guys are drinking, whatever you guys are doing, if you're smoking, take a hit, do whatever for the man,
Ah, he's the best.
the Groove Master himself,
The
God
best,
damn it.
dude.
Bill
Guys,
Tolley, my best friend, and I miss him every day, and we all miss him,
Think about
and
him every
we think
fucking day,
we
dude.
think about him every day. So here's to Bill.
To Bill.
I hope wherever you are, buddy, you're
We love you,
watching
brother.
and you're yelling at us for doing something wrong. So I'm sure.
Well,
Anybody want
this is
bacon?
lovely.
Oh, look, we have a bacon delivery.
Bacon delivery
On a much lighter note.
On a much lighter note, we got a bacon delivery.
Oh,
Bacon.
that's nice.
Yeah, this is great for my heart. So yeah, I'll take the
I'm good
bacon and
for
bourbon.
now. Thank you. But yeah, that's great to have out here.
Unexpected bacon delivery. You have to do it.
Delicious.
That's fantastic.
Sorry, bacon.
Oh my
fries, dude.
God, it goes so good with whiskey too.
It really
Really?
does.
Actually,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Alright.
What am I smoking? I'm smoking my usual Diesel Maduro Unlimited 6x60. Timmy Becker, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, Rusty.
All right, Sean.
I'm smoking. Did they ask you about the cigar or just in general?
Oh no, why don't you talk about what you're smoking? That's not.
Uh,
I got some new shit called apple fritter. Maybe I had this last week. I don't know. I have a lot of it.
Does it taste like
Pretty
apple
good.
fritters?
No, I don't know. It smells kind of cinnamony.
No, it's good though. I took the one ripper and it was. that.
But yeah, it definitely makes me want to go back downstairs and sit on the couch, though. It's definitely not.
James Mahaffrey's eating beer.
Maybe that'll give me the
It is a
energy I need
grain,
today.
so yeah, go for it, brother.
Derek
Yeah.
Prince checking in says Sean Bell gives you the horns.
Oh, Derek Prince, old school friend, old school internal bleeding.
Celebrity chef Derek
Celebrity
Prince.
chef. That's right. I keep forgetting that. I met that crazy lunatic. He had at none of the above. Comes in. He's like fucking 16 years old, and he's got a septum ring, like the hoop with an inverted cross, like an entire crucifix hanging out of his nose, banging against his lips while he spoke.
Well,
And I'm like, that's a dude I want to hang out with. And then ever since then, we became friends. He had some fanzine back then. I think he might have had a death metal band, like a smaller one, but I can't remember. But shout outs to Derek Prince and shout outs for his accomplishments of seriously killing it as a chef in New York City, working with Chris Santos, a fellow metalhead, fellow Eternal Bleeding fan.
So
it's
I
fucking
let
awesome,
me
dude.
answer this
They're
question.
really at the next level of what he's doing, man. He really took something that he loves and fucking
Good for him.
made a nice career out of it,
Yeah.
dude. And he is fucking like, he's really making some serious moves, dude. And the food he makes is,
Incredible.
yeah, really pretty mind-boggling shit.
Matt Dombrowski asks, do I remember the Hanover House? I fucking do. Right up in Connecticut. Yes, man. We had some good shows there a couple of times. I want to say we played with Hatebreed there once.
I'm sure you did.
They opened for us.
Billy was good friends with Jamie, predating any Hatebreed popularity whatsoever.
Exactly.
It was insane. I remember he was the reason why I got into them. But I remember Jamie just being such a huge fan of Internal Bleeding because he was just like every time he's like, because it's so fucking heavy. It's just so fucking heavy.
Yeah, I know. I love how they bring us out and on shows and tours and stuff.
You don't see
It's
a
great.
lot of that reciprocated.
Yeah,
love
yeah.
anymore,
That
right?
reciprocation thing never happens with IB.
Oh, you put us on with the Death Kids. So now
like
you're
I
scarred
said,
for
dude,
life.
since day one, dude, I realized that this band is beholden to nothing.
Exactly.
And we've carved it all ourselves.
Oh, hey,
That's right.
Carved it all out ourselves with every lineup in this band. And starting with Voracious Contempt, dude. And that's a fucking, I'm not on that album, but I understand its relevance and its importance and how it hit me as a fucking fan. And I went, holy shit. This
you only
is
hit a lot of people like it hit
so
you, man.
fucking good. This is so stupid and good and just catchy. And it's every part that I want. And it's none of the BS in between. And
Yeah.
it rocks.
Anyway, enough about Voracious Contempt. Let's talk to Sean F. Bell. And the F stands for fucking.
Yes.
So
Chris just
anyway.
found this out like 15 minutes
I
ago.
know.
Really?
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
not
know.
my middle name.
He's
Everybody
like,
would
what
just-
is it?
But
like
I used to call him Sean fucking Bell all the time. I didn't realize you were doing the F as a joke.
No,
I was like, is Sean's middle name Frank? And I've known you for like 30 years, you know?
Because everybody just, for some reason, I don't know if it's just the way it rolls off the tongue, but everybody just kept calling me Sean fucking Bell, even if it was like in a good way, like you were like, oh, Sean fucking Bell, or if it was like, like Bucky Dent with the Yankees, like, oh, Sean fucking Bell got Sean fucking Bell, like pissed off, you know what I mean? So that's where it came from.
Harold Burton, that is the most brilliant idea I have ever heard. Yes, we still talk to Johnny Brennan, and they just are going to release a new Jerky Boys album. So maybe we can reach out and get him on the show. That would fucking
That'd be sick.
That would be
That
sick.
was a huge part of that tour.
Yeah, the Jerky
Jerky
Boys
Boys,
is a
yeah,
huge part of IB, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
that's
the
crazy.
requirements to touring with IB is that you must be versed with
Every Jerky
pretty
Boys
much every
album.
Jerky Boys phone call. You must be able to quote it at random and understand the joke that we're,
That tape
the
never stopped.
esoteric quote that we're saying
Yeah, I can't
and
never
applying it to
stop.
whatever
Never
situation that we're
stop.
currently in. All right, we got a lot of people checking in today, man. It's actually a good episode. It must be rainy and shitty in Europe or something. Felipe Fernandez checking in.
Hey, Felipe, how are you?
Does she have a boyfriend? No, I'm just kidding. She's cool. Holy shit, I look fat as hell on this episode.
RIZZO. You got that right, Matt.
Ahmed says hi. Says hi to Sean Bell.
Cheers.
And what's your favorite what's your favorite snapback in your collection? I guess BDM snapback in your collection. Do you have a lot
Wow.
of heavy metal snapbacks, or are you just
I mostly.
are you more of a streetwear guy?
Yeah, I'm more of a streetwear dude, but I do have a decent amount of crazy shit from the dudes in Suffolk who are always bringing me shit. Chris is always bringing me shit.
Oh, yo, I gave you that camo one with the gold stitching.
Yeah, it's insane. I have a camo.
What, the IB one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
biggest I'd
IB
ever-
camo
amazing.
flat
Obnoxious
rim.
as fuck.
Also, shout out to Derek Boyer from Suffocation. who
Oh, yeah,
gave me
dude. We love Derek.
11
My brother.
Suffocation hats in all different colors. Every logo for each album with the album art printed in the underbrim. Like, it's just gorgeous shit. But I have to put those in. I more collect the hats and the shirts. I have an insane shirt collection of shit that I'll never wear that I end up sometimes giving to Chris for whatever. But just I just love the art. I've been obsessed with the art, but not so much wearing death metal related regalia on my body.
So let me ask you this: numerous episodes I've touted entrepreneurship and doing everything yourself and running your own business and being free and stuff like that. I own my own business.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Right.
you know how to do this.
Right. But so anytime we get a business owner on, I'm excited because I think
Right.
everybody should try to run their own business
Yes, absolutely.
and not work for somebody else or whatever.
The best feeling.
How did you how did this all come together? How did you start? I remember a little bit, and Chris has filled me in on
I
the
remember
history.
it clearly.
Right. But like, so how did it all start? Was it, this is what you want to do? Was it an accident?
No, I just got sick. I just didn't want
Kinda though.
I kind of, yeah, maybe a little bit of an. I just got really just tired of working for other people, and I don't like waking up. So I was like, I really got to like figure out something that's going to make me money that I can do myself.
As distinctively as I can remember the store.
Yeah,
going,
but
Gore
the start is an accident,
on
kind
eBay.
of, right?
That is the Gore store on Amazon. That Sean owns that I work at.
I'll post the links.
Yeah, Chris is going to put the links in the fucking comments right now for our 2 websites with all your Halloween needs, your fucking Christmas shopping needs. We have fucking heavy metal stuff. We have
we
fucking
carry everything.
comic
Like a
book
dumb
shit.
amount
We
of
have every
shit.
fucking NECA toy under the sun, every Funko Pop under the sun.
Vintage porno from 1972.
Probably in there. You know what I'm saying? No,
But anyways, so I remember you and maybe Spanky or somebody went to fucking Monster Mania
oh no, it
in
was
like
me,
2012.
It was me, Mitz, and
Sure, Frankie Mitz.
Yeah,
Frankie Mitz, ex-IB member?
I went to
told
Mecca.
me that it was the stupidest idea that he ever heard.
But
in
no,
his
you
life.
guys came home and you guys had a stack of posters and you're looking at them and you were late in the afternoon and you're like, I spent $250 on paper today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, yeah, you did. You're like, we should just make these. And I was like, yo, if we sell like 6 a day, we could buy a quarter ounce of weed every day.
Yeah.
And we like looked at each other and we were like,
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Cue like the
Let's get-
theme
you know,
music.
so-
Cue like theme
we
music.
started
Shit.
bootlegging horror movie shit, and now we fucking get it all through a fucking licensed wholesaler. But like, it started literally from nothing, from a funny idea to
Yeah,
a printer that was sitting on the floor to
Actually,
now an
the
Empire,
OG
and it's
version
our
of that-
second warehouse.
Was doing
That's so cool.
Forever Dark Films, where the corporate name came from. So Gore Store is a subsidiary of Forever Dark LLC. So I actually had Forever Dark as my own company in 1999. And this is for any old school people that used to go to horror conventions, and you would have to try to buy.
Sean owned the
crazy
rights
shit.
to Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, I tried to
For
get
8 seconds,
No,
for
he
right?
really
8
did.
seconds. Like so I would get impossible to find movies just to add to my collection, but they were always trashy with just regular VHS tapes with just like a sticker on it saying like, you know, of course Cannibal Holocaust is like almost like associated with my name at this point. It was just written on it. So I made like these great covers. I went to school for graphic design, so I was like, I might as well use my fucking education for
Dead
something.
on printing. I remember that.
Yeah, so I did the designs for the covers and shit, and then like basically started just like doing tape trading for crazy VHS tapes, and that's where Forever Dark the name came from. Then stopped, and then I ended up working for people again for a while. And even if it was doing shows and throwing shows for fucking almost 15 years, I was always answering to somebody. But then now, everything I do, I mean, it started off small in a bedroom with Chris, but now we have like
Thank
a
you.
4,000 square foot warehouse of.
I was just
Everything
there
that
the
I
other
love
day,
as a
man.
child.
Oh my god, the amount of Funko Pops you have.
It's
is like-
crazy.
it's
The Funko
insane.
Pops I don't love that much. That's a money grab, but
Well, but still,
it's cool to have.
cool to see that.
oh yeah, when you walk in there, it's impressive. You know what I mean? There is a ton of shit.
What
in
what what blows my mind is it cool to see the little alcoholic Jenko jean wearing spin kicking motherfucker owns his own business now,
Thank you,
and
brother.
that makes
Sick.
me
Thank you,
me
brother.
super proud and super happy, man.
That just made me happy.
Sean's the man. Sean is the man. Chris, you come on. You got some good. You and
mean, I've done
Sean
everything,
are
so,
way
I mean-
tighter than me and Sean. So let's ask Sean a probing question.
He's the Silent Bob to my J. He's the
He's the ebony to your ivory.
to some degree.
Yeah.
But no, he's the man that discovered my shitty fucking high school band that fucking got me to be in this current fucking place that I am now and brought me everywhere that he possibly could and fucking introduced me to everybody that he possibly
That's
could.
right.
And,
Sean is a multipreneur.
you know, and
How did you start the label?
I wanted to put out Without Remorse Intention Records.
Right, so he started Last Resort Records, and the first couple albums were from Without Remorse, Execution Style,
Yeah.
Punch Your Face, featuring all the XIB members from Onward to Mecca.
An absolutely vicious record in its
Yeah,
own right.
absolutely brutal.
Billy, shout out
Billy
again
on
to
drums
fucking
on that
Billy
album.
Played drums.
So you
on
guys
that
don't know,
record.
there's a whole extra album worth of Billy drumming out there.
And he
called-
kills
Right.
it.
White Nights and Bar Fights by Punch Your Face,
Yep,
and
on
it's
Last
got
Resort Records.
7, 8, 9, 10 songs of awesome drumming by Billy on it.
Yep, and he loved that
I
band.
feel like a lot of
too.
people don't know that.
No, I don't
No,
think
a
they
lot
do
of
either.
people don't.
And what was crazy is that Bill
Bacon.
loved hardcore.
You
And
crushed that whole pound. of
That
bacon.
was his.
not
That
good.
was his ability. That was like his outlet to play hardcore. But it was also crazy hard. Frankie Mitz was writing guitar riffs on that record. Jerry and Beach from Tomorrow's Victim. Dude, their vocal combination was insane. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the hardcore version of Internal Bleeding. So we sold out of CDs like 10 years ago, and I moved on to different things.
I'm sure.
But,
I'm sure the album's on eBay somewhere.
Yeah, you could definitely buy. I've seen them on Discogs and shit. Hunt it down. Fucking download it for free. Steal it. I don't give a shit. Just go.
It's definitely on
find it
YouTube if you guys just want to
Oh
listen
yeah,
to it
yeah,
and stream
definitely
it.
on YouTube. Punch Your Face. It's one word. Just the name of the band is hilarious. So it's Punch Your Face.
But the
one
songs
word.
are good, man. The fucking riffs are tough, and the drums are great.
Produced by Joe Sincata.
By
at
Joe
Full
Sincata, who's
Force.
just tuning in right now.
Yep, my fucking.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sup, Joe? Love you, baby.
20-year brother. This cheers goes out to the Joey Beards.
Is the fresh?
No, I'm good on that thing for next.
He
I'll
said it
write
was
a-
fresh.
Yeah, but his mouth touching.
Oh,
I got the
Oh god,
first
somebody's gonna fucking.
You don't know whose dick he sucked
Somebody's gonna
last night.
Photoshop that now.
Oh yeah.
Turn that into a dick.
That's definitely a dick.
Oh brother.
So, you're a big horror movie fan, horror fan in general.
Yeah, that was like.
So now I have to ask you, what is? You're only allowed to choose one because I don't believe in fence
Oh yeah,
sitting.
you do it now. Yeah, go ahead.
Favorite horror movie?
The Thing.
The Thing. Carpenter's The Thing.
But coming off the thing from Another World, 50s.
Right.
I love that movie also. But The Thing now, I've had to like go through life like, oh, is it Cannibal Holocaust? Is it Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Is it Hellraiser? Like all of these movies all float around.
Yeah,
in
they
this
swirl
circle.
around,
Like,
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's like I could pick a favorite band, and I'm gonna say Slayer. But Godflesh to me is like a fucking religion.
Right.
So
I
it's
get
like-
it.
You know what I mean? But as far as something that I've watched, if my wife Steph is on here, she is so fucking sick of hearing about this movie, or just she's like, "Why are you buying this again on Blu-ray or whatever copy I have? I have to own." And I'm not saying this with exaggeration. I'll post pictures later for proof, but I got like at least 60 physical copies of The Thing, just because I'm just obsessed with the artwork, the Drew Struzan classic artwork, the poster, everything about it. It's just-
Drew Struzan also did which album cover? Do you know?
Not sure on the album cover.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Holy
Wow.
shit, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah, he did.
He did
I
he
fucking-
did the
I
Sabbath, Bloody
fucking knew
Sabbath
that. It's a
album.
goddamn booze.
Nobody knows Drew Struzan, but he drew
Yeah,
every
he did.
every movie poster ever.
Like Back to the Future, but that
And
gorgeous
Indiana
artwork with
Jones,
the
he did
yellow
Star
and the
Wars, and he
red.
did Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Yeah, that artwork was incredible, and if you look at it, you can see his style in like his later shit. Like go look at his Star Wars poster, and then quickly go back and look at the way the bed is laid out, and the devils are going into that area. on
Yeah,
that
it's
Sabbath
yeah,
record.
you can tell.
You could see his style, the way he like did like the body, the way he drew bodies and shit, faces. Struzan's the man.
See now, Anton, I would consider, and Sean,
Yo, guinea
Sean,
pig, Derek Prince. You sick fuck! Don't say that out loud.
there's
Now
there's a
now we're
difference.
on a list somewhere.
There's a difference to me between a horror movie and a gore movie.
Yes, there absolutely is.
Cannibal Holocaust is a gore movie to me.
Correct.
It's not a horror movie.
No,
It's not
just over
scary
top
in the least.
insanity.
It's not as scary in the least
You know
bit.
why
A horror movie scares me.
It's got to be
Sure.
scary, like
Right.
The Exorcist to me, and it's like, yo, there was
The first Alien is my favorite.
Oh, I love that movie. See, I would have to put that on my circle.
Dude, that's the scene with Dallas in the air vents.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
The tension, Jerry Goldsmith's music, everything is pure fucking
Jerry
horror.
Goldsmith's soundtrack shout out. Hell yeah, huge fan of horror soundtracks.
Oh
too.
yeah, Jerry
Which is
Goldsmith was awesome.
An
Is
insanely
awesome.
underrated genre of music if you listen to shit. Like I don't understand like how you watch a movie and all those tense moments that fucking get you all built up. And there's records with just that sound like that.
Dude,
you know?
90% of the scariness of Halloween is the fucking song.
Absolutely, and it was done by John Carpenter.
In
The guy-
5/4 time, by the way. That's what made it so uneasy
Yeah, that-
because it doesn't rest.
Yeah,
That's what makes it so.
It's crazy.
It's not in 4s, it's in 5s.
He's done solo
All right.
records that are absolutely.
You didn't know that,
awesome.
did you?
Didn't know it.
Yeah, dude.
That's what gives it that
All right,
tension.
Sean. Chris Stevenson checking in, asking you, what did you think of the Thing prequel, the 2011 one?
I hate everything.
Oh my God, I thought it was good.
You know what? I watched it a couple times, man, and I don't hate it. I just don't like how the things that I loved about the original, like the test.
Yeah,
and shit,
okay.
like
yeah,
they
that was-
basically just replaced every major scene with something else that was close to that scene. And like even like the entangled bodies in ice, I think they were that was supposed to be like the twisted, the dual heads. I mean, I just really have this thing like a basic rule of I don't like remakes if they're not necessary. The prequel idea of it is a great idea, but they basically just made the dog running at a different part of the movie, and then said this is a prequel. They basically just remade the thing, but at the end, the dog was running away from the Norwegian camp.
Right.
So that's my take on the remake.
All right, Sean, favorite Slayer album?
Oh, that's a
Fuck.
good question.
I'm gonna say Rain and Blood because in my brain just immediately just such the fucking spouting Rain and Blood, but that's really hard for me. But I'm saying no. What am I talking about? It's Rain and Blood. Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't care if that's like the go-to answer either. By the way, because if you guys know me at all, then you know that and to the point where I even hate like the last 3 Slayer records, and I don't give a shit if people are like, you're not a real Slayer fan. Well, fuck you. I've been in Slayer my whole life. They're my favorite band, bar none. But that record's insane.
All right.
But also I want to do a quick shout out to
Go.
South of Heaven.
Oh, that's my favorite Slayer album.
It might be the coolest album title.
It's just it's so creepy.
You know,
The
they were going to
album's
name the
creepy.
album Hell, but the record company said you couldn't do that. And so
like, how
that's
great
where
is that?
that's where they came up with South of Heaven, which is way better.
South
Great.
of Heaven is
Right.
so much better. It's perfect. Even that's what I'm saying. Everything about it's creepy.
You know what? I love that album, and I love that they had the balls to do a slow, evil sounding album.
Dude, yeah, that's what I loved about it. It was evil.
That's what I like about Slayer. They were never afraid to go, well, let's throw them this, and
they
and
always
something
did their own
different.
thing. They were
Yeah.
always extreme, dude. Like people like when they did Angel Death, that was extreme. They didn't stop when they did War Ensemble. There was the what do you call it? The Iraq conflict going on. So I mean, like they were talking about soldiers going into war at that point, and that was like another controversial thing. They fucking wrote a song about Jeffrey Dahmer for fuckface. For fuck's sake, fuckface. Fuckface.
Cal Ripken, Billy Ripken.
Yeah, the Billy Ripken card. Fuckface. But that's what threw me off.
Yo, anybody know that? Anybody know that
Yeah, if
reference out
anybody
there?
knows what we're talking
Billy
about.
Ripken, fuckface.
Classic baseball card. Fuck
Uh,
up.
Billy Rubino, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but I finished the summit the other day with Twin. Just saying.
What was
all right.
What was the summit?
Division 2 thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
My buddy Billy, I played Division 2 with him. He's a great guy. He's from Long Island.
Okay.
Moved down south, and him and I ended up becoming good friends. And he's the first person, like, my son plays video games and talks to his friends and socializes
Yeah.
with his friends.
I was hanging out with your son the other week. It's
Playing video games, and I always thought it was stupid. And then I started playing Division 2, and I met guys like Billy and some other guys. And next thing you know, it's like a social thing. It's not just playing games. Playing games is in the background. It's talking about how's it going, what's your day, how's your family,
What are you hearing?
how the kids,
What
yeah, what are you hearing? So shout out to you, Billy, aka Trigger.
Yeah,
I hope his name is Triggerman online. I hope you didn't get soaked out today. Your live stream kept cutting out on me. I tried to watch it. Anyway.
All right, so hold on. Derek Prince is saying you guys saw Slayer at Birch Hill.
Oh, yo, I almost killed
That place
Derek
is
Prince.
so fucking small.
Yo, can I talk about that show for a second? All right. So,
I saw Sworn Enemy there, and it was insane.
All right, wait.
That's how small it is.
Wait. Explain Birch Hill to the viewers because they
Okay,
don't
so
know.
it's a venue in New Jersey, about an hour and a half outside of where we live, past the city, into Jersey. And I only saw Sworn Enemy and Soulfly there. I think I only went there one time, 2000, 2001, something like that. And it was fucking insane and way too small for Slayer to play in. So please, carry on.
All right, so now me and Derek drove there strictly, again, to see Slayer. Me and Derek have seen Slayer thousands of times. But anyway, we went there. System of the Down was opening up, and fucking clutch. So I don't give a shit who the fuck's playing. I was there to see Slayer. So me and Derek make our way into the middle before Slayer goes on. And this place it's crazy because it's got doors on the side. I'm trying to aim myself at the camera. Got doors on the side.
It's like a barn, right? It's kind of like a weird
but the
barn.
doors are huge. Like they go across the entire side of the venue, and they're like those push open doors. So now everybody's in the center of the dance
Push
floor,
open
and
instead of
it's
pull
packed,
close.
like how we're sitting packed together. So the second Slayer comes out and hits one fucking chord, the entire pit blows the fuck up. Me and Derek included. The doors literally exploded with people. like people like a bomb went off in the middle. They had to make room for the
That's awesome.
300 of us that were killing each other. So we expanded out for like 2 football fields. So anybody who was stuck between us and the door got shot out through the door. I also then later tried to take Derek's head off, not on purpose, Derek, and you know that. I love you, man, but I did almost take his head off. I was trying to kill somebody else and almost kicked him in the face. That was terribly hard.
So here's my Slayer story. It was 1980. I don't know what year it was. I saw Slayer and Motorhead together in a bar, in a fucking bar, and during the show, I sat at the bar. I wasn't 21, but the bar didn't care. I was sitting here in the middle, and Jeff Hanneman was sitting to my right, and Lemmy to my left, and we drank beer together.
Damn, man.
Oh, it was the coolest, and they were the coolest dudes, both of them.
God
We were just
damn it.
like, they were just hanging out. They're like, yeah, so what? This was in Connecticut. They're like, yeah, so what's cool to do up here in Norwalk? I think it was in Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm like,
Like, I don't fucking know. I'm hanging out with you two. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to
I'm
me.
like, I don't know, drink. And they're like, yeah, fuck drink. I'm like, you guys rule.
I think Derek Prince actually had.
That was good times.
That's pretty cool.
That and seeing Metallica at L'Amour's.
What year was that?
Really?
Whatever, they were handing out Kill 'Em All albums, so whatever year that was.
Okay. So I might not have been born.
No, yeah, you might not.
I just remember them throwing Kill 'Em All albums out, and I believe it was L'Amour's.
That is wild.
Good grief.
I remember Slayer.
It's good to be
Lamars.
old
All right, so
sometimes.
we got to mention it now. Unfortunately, the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the big fucking bad rock and roll heavy metal news this week. Eddie Van Halen, we lost him.
Yeah,
65.
oh
Shit,
my
man.
God.
The best of the best. Like, it cannot be overstated. The best.
No.
The sickest and coolest. Whether you like the band, you like the songs, you like that kind of... You cannot deny the influence that the guy had on
And
modern day
you
music.
guys are here watching
Absolutely.
death metal.
And you know what I heard?
And just the best and the sickest songs. And me and Sean have literally partied our fucking asses off to this
Yes.
band since the beginning of our friendship almost 20 years ago.
great
Love them.
fucking band.
Really
so-
love them and just
Rest in
it's
peace to the
wild.
legend, to the god, man.
And
like,
I
like I put him on the same pedestal as Dimebag Darrell and Hetfield in my head. Like when I go, like
yeah.
when I was a kid, I
Absolutely.
was like, that's the coolest shit. So the scene in Back to the Future where Marty shows up and puts the fucking radiation suit on and puts the fucking headphones on his dad in 55 on George McFly while he's sleeping to freak him out, and he plays Eruption. You know, I'm like,
Wow,
what is that?
fuck,
I was like,
yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
is
yeah.
that? And like,
That's how you found out.
so then I got
That's insane.
1984 on tape, and that was that. And I went, I love this shit since I was a little kid. I love it.
And
So,
from
sucks.
everything I've heard,
Really sucks, dude.
from everything I've heard, he was the most humble guy in the world.
Seemed cool as fuck.
Like,
Except that he tried to shoot Fred Durst in the head.
well,
which
no,
is
that's
also
awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
But I
an
read a
actual-
whole interview the other day with Tony
I
Iommi
fuck with Fred
because,
Durst though too.
because they toured together on the first
I hate
album.
this kid.
When Van Halen's first album toured with Black Sabbath.
Sure.
And Tony Iommi was talking about Eddie Van Halen, and
Excuse me.
Eddie Van Halen was actually asking Tony, how do you play certain Black Sabbath songs? And Tony was asking, how do you play this? And Eddie was showing him, and Tony's like, I can't do that. And that's Tony Iommi saying that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and he said Eddie was like the humblest, nicest guy.
Oh
and
yeah, dude. Always.
that's what I
Al-
heard,
I
man. And
always
you know
heard
what?
great
That
shit.
I think that's like super cool. You know, I just think that's the coolest thing is people who are humble, even if they're
And
whatever.
he was at that level of he was
God-like.
God level. Yeah,
God
he was
level.
God level.
God
And
level.
dude, I sent Chris this link. He did a solo, which sucks for me because I by the time I sent it to Chris, I didn't notice that it was during the Sammy Hagar years, but it doesn't really affect the fact that because of
it
the
still
guitar
doesn't
solo.
matter, dude.
I know, but I just said, it's disgusting. I hate that Sammy Hagar. So anyway, it was him doing the Eruption solo, but it's 13 minutes long. And dude, if you can find it, if you just go on YouTube, type in Eddie Van Halen Eruption solo live, and then look for when it's 13 minutes and 4 seconds, and watch that solo, and then watch at the 12-minute mark when he's doing this rhythm and lead section with his hands, and he's using it with this delay effect that he's going down, he's cutting the volume in and out with his finger on the volume. It's insane. It's the way he's using the instrument in a way that's still coming from a dude now who's seen every band known to fucking mankind live and seeing something that at that point I still had never seen. And I lived with Terrence Hobbs for like 5 years, and I've seen him do things with a guitar that are probably illegal in some states. You know what I mean? But like Eddie Van Halen was
Love
just
you,
like,
Terrence.
yeah. Yo, shout out to Hobbs all day.
Hobbs
He's
is the man. Hobbs is the man.
There we go. My horns are up.
Camera's there.
Yeah,
Camera's
there.
there.
Camera's up there.
Camera's there.
Yeah, shout out to Hobbs all day. He's the man.
All right, Sean, great question from a fan. Carl Seasgard. Do you think, how good of a job do you think Gary Holt did of replacing Jeff Hanneman?
That's a great question, man. First, I loved Gary Holt in Exodus. And
Why did you say in past tense? Is he dead?
What, Holt?
Joking.
Oh, him or me?
Just
I'm
answer the
fucking-
question.
I'm stoned and I'm drinking.
grief.
Friday
No,
roast.
that's why I'm
Good
saying.
gravy.
Trying to throw you guys off track.
Yeah, you did. So Holt going in there, I had loved Gary Holt when he was in Exodus. I liked the way he did his riff writing. I know that Gary Holt wasn't necessarily proud of the Objection Overruled or whatever Impact is Imminent album, but there were
He
fucking-
wasn't?
I read in an interview like later that he didn't like, he thought it was kind of rushed and shit, but there are riffs on that
Oh,
record
shit,
that
Mike
will
Mayo's
tear
watching.
your fucking face off. Mike Mayo, shout out to him.
Mike Mayo!
Yeah, shout out
What's
to
up?
him.
Waking the Cadaver! What's
Yeah.
up, brother?
That dude
Thanks
was
for
so good.
watching, man.
Me and Mike Mayo are going to start a band one day. It's going to happen.
So,
It's supposed to happen.
fucking Gary Holt, he already had this crazy energy, and I got to see Exodus a couple times, and he was going fucking nuts every time that he played. Like, every time I saw him, he just went crazy. When he did the first fill-in for Hanneman, obviously I was like crazy skeptical. I like Hanneman over Kerry King. So, just as a human being, you know what I mean? But Kerry King has that style, so somebody else had to match the intensity of Jeff Hanneman. And I think, honestly, the only person in my head that could have done that, now, even just looking back in hindsight, would have been Gary Holt. That's how enthusiastic I am about Gary Holt
Nice.
replacing Hanneman.
Nice.
Because, like, if you've looked around, like, all the other people in the thrash metal bands, like, you think, like, Skolnick, we went in there and fucking did a great... Technically, can he do it? Of course he can. You know, he can play anything. Kirk Hammett.
But he doesn't have that attitude.
No, that attitude. When
Holt has that attitude.
watching
Don't you
Gary
think?
Holt play the
Got
intro,
swag as fuck, dude. I
Yeah,
think he's great.
Yeah.
watch
And he
Gary
plays
Holt
tight
play
as fuck.
Rain and Blood live, and watch what he's doing during the intro, and like just levitating his guitar.
I think
by
he's
the
sick as
fucking
fuck.
whammy.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a
I agree.
lunatic, and he's headbanging.
I met him once or
to the
twice, too.
point
He's
where
nice
his
as
head
fuck,
will blow off.
I never met him. I'd like to meet him. He seems like a cool guy. Tony Barnes, what's up, brother? Can't wait till you come visit. You're going to go sit in this back deck here and drink with me and Chris. Yo,
It's all
Mike
good.
Mayo, I wanted to say something because I'm looking at your profile picture and you're holding up your son, right? Like, how fucked up is it that we've been doing this for so long that you have a son? I have 2 kids, like, and it just keeps going.
And I'm somehow doing the exact same thing
it's
that I've been
mind-blowing.
doing since I was 16 years
just
old.
mind-blowing.
Just have a mustache and a nice car.
Yeah.
Thanks to both of you guys, somehow.
Oh, stop. So wait, speaking of that, Sean Bell, right here. No, that's Chris.
That's
Sean Bell was instrumental in getting my riff partner. Wait, there you are.
Hi.
Getting my riff partner, my new favorite riff partner into the band. So
Yeah,
Sean,
dude.
why did you suggest Chris to me?
It was me and Sincata.
Yeah,
So I got to give Sincata the props. Well, just even like before, like we had brought it up to you, me and him were in the office, and I would hear Chris just like mumbling some bullshit under his breath all the time. And
Oh, Chris was mumbling, "This band sucks. That band sucks.
since
I can play better than them."
Since when we first met, he was a huge fan of Internal Bleeding, and something was going on, and it was like a tricky riff, and Sincata was trying to talk, one of the older players through, this one riff, and it wasn't working. Player was getting frustrated, so Chris looks at me like, "Dude, just go in there and go noodle around and fucking get this done." So before the next poster drops out of the machine, Chris is back. Joe's stoked because fucking riff is done, and I'm like, "Yo, you got that done?" He's like, "Yeah." So that happened a couple times, and then I booked a reunion show for Internal Bleeding,
Yes.
like the real comeback.
did, you
at
did,
the
you
Donkey.
did, at the
That was a great
Donkey.
show, like Mortal Decay, right?
Yep.
Did that show, Dehumanized.
All
which is
9
another
people
reunion.
showed up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck,
Sure.
yeah, but the
was
important
good.
people showed up. Dying Fetus.
Yeah,
Mission
the
Index,
guys
like,
from Dying Fetus. That's
Suffocation,
right.
like-
Jason and John both came up for
Yeah,
that
dude,
show.
like-
Drove up together to see us.
Yeah, they drove up together.
Death
Before
Metal
that was
Legends
great.
came up and showed respect. But
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Of course, I loved you guys. And going back all the way back to the entrepreneur question, and you were saying like, why got you into this and doing this? The doing shows shit was because I wanted to see certain bills and
Put together,
bands
right,
put together.
right,
And I
right.
didn't want to go through an
Right.
agency, so I just called up every band that I knew.
That show, as far as I remember, was IB Dehumanized, Without Remorse, Waking the Cadaver, Merciless Concept.
Merciless Concept. Yep.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah. That was a time.
People would kill for that fucking bill nowadays.
I know.
And nobody knew about it. The attendance was kind of light. But can you imagine that lineup? Shit,
Yeah, it was
Jesus Christ, man.
crazy lineup, man. And that was like to humanize it. Just I got them to come back, like So
Mike Mayo, your dad was actually came to that show. That's so fucking cool.
Swag, Mr. Mayo rules.
That's fucking cool.
You are now Mr. Mayo, actually. That's
that's
crazy.
right.
is,
Yeah,
he
shout
is.
out to Mr.
He's
Mayo.
actually a Mr.
being
Mayo.
That's another good dude. Another great fucking East Coast band.
What?
Waking Cadaver's
Oh
great,
yeah,
man.
Waking Cadaver.
They have different eras too, like IB, man. They have that first album that a bunch of different dudes are on, and it's great. And then Mike took over the band by the second album, and it's great. And he
Yeah.
bumped them up to an even sicker level. No question.
Yo, because remember at first, like I was like, fuck.
And Mike plays in Ground, which is like
Yo,
a sick
Ground
ass
is-
fucking.
Ground is great
That's
too.
more like I.
You're
I
the
like
man,
Waking
Mike,
Cadaver,
dude.
but
Ground,
Ground, if you
Ground
guys don't
fucking
know
rules,
Ground.
dude.
Ground
It's
is on some vicious, like I'm
Yeah.
really pissed
vicious,
off. angry
vicious,
shit. Yeah.
vicious level
That's what I
fucking
li-
music.
That's
Yeah,
the type
man.
of shit that I like to listen
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Like you know,
Vicious,
if
yeah.
it's fast as fuck, angry, genuinely angry. The
Yeah.
riff guy, if the guitarist knows how to write a riff, like Mother Brain, it's to me is a great example. Dan Hernandez's band.
Oh
I think
yeah.
He did the Partisan Turbine, then with Chris. Fucking,
Former Internal Bleeding vocalist Joe Marchese's on
Yeah.
the band.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I can't.
Partisan Turbine and Mother Brain are his other bands, yeah.
No, what was his? Wasn't he in Revenants for a minute?
Oh, he was in Revenants. He
For a
replaced-
minute.
He replaced
For
me in
for a
Revenants.
brief minute. That was the other band I was trying to think of. Another brutal band. But Ground kind of gives me like that vibe of like this guy that I've seen write crazy death metal shit and then just go in and not saying that the Ground shit's easy, but just watching him just fucking, it's just crushing.
No,
It's
they're really good.
Just like,
They're
all right,
sick.
well, we're just going on fucking 1,000, distortion on 1,000, slam through brick walls, do work. That's it.
What's up, Christine? Thanks for watching from Texas.
What else are you listening
You know
to
I
able
love you,
Chris-
sister.
Sean, what else?
Yeah.
you
What's the current playlist?
Excuse me.
Weird shit.
Health.
Weird-
We love Health.
Oh yeah, this band Health, man.
They're not heavy
fucking
metal,
they're
but-
not heavy metal at all. It's like '80s synth music.
It's kind of got some
played
metal shit.
through a wood chipper.
It's like
and
Nine Inch
distortion
Nails
pedal.
meets Silver Sun Pickup.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
it sounds
crazy. I
like.
can't even explain them. You just gotta look them up. They're incredible. The band's great. But shit that you guys would know. We were just talking about this band Worm, the WVRM.
Is it a V? Yeah, it's a V.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
with
a V.
them. This band Gutless on Maggot Stomp. I like most of the Maggot Stomp shit. Vomit Forth. that
Oh,
Chris got
fucking
me
Vomit
into.
Forth rules,
Band
dude.
rules.
Love those blue eyes.
Yeah.
Tomb Mold, another just wild, weird death metal band. This band Ulthar released this record Providence, which is basically H.P. Lovecraft, the record, which is insane.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, it's really fucking good. The artwork on it is bonkers. Also, it's just that's another. I think that's a $20 spin record.
What have you
but-
been? Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
that's it. Just like
I just want to
like
ask Chris
a
if
list
he's
of
been
weird
listening.
shit.
What have you been listening to?
Completely
lately?
unironically, I've been listening to Van Halen a lot.
No,
Like,
yeah, but
I
I
swear to
back
God,
him on
dude,
that. We
like,
listened to Van Halen
All
like it's
last
common.
weekend, I don't know. It was nice out. I was like, we fucking listen to Van Halen. You know what I'm saying? Not even because of whatever happened this week. I was listening to a lot of Van Halen last week for some reason. I listened to a lot of that band Health. I love the Midnight. They're another synth-based band.
Yeah.
I love the 2017 Decrepit Birth album. As far as metal shit, I'm back on that album.
Oh, yo, that new Deeds of Flesh. You want to throw that in there?
And I'm back on the old MySpace shit again, my friends. I'm listening to the CDC demo. I've been listening to
CDC.
Hatebreed Under the Knife. I've been listening to the Shattered Realm first album.
Andrew Mongrel's fucking spin kicking
Yeah, hold
through a
on. Who
wall
else
right
do I
now
love
with his
again?
playlist.
I've been listening to Caliban, Shadow Hearts. Been listening to Unearth again. That's
Oh,
kinda-
Unearth's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the new Sick Bay. It's fucking
Yeah, you just let me know about that.
yeah,
before the
dude.
show. I
These
need to get
dudes,
on
these dudes are fucking heavy as hell. Young band out of fucking upstate New York, well Hudson Valley, not really upstate. Fucking heavy as fuck, dude. Check out Sick Bay if you fucking get a chance.
it.
Good
Yeah, I gotta
band.
get on that, man.
Yeah.
Because
So
Chris got me on the Vomit Fort thing. I was like, holy
Yeah, they're
shit.
sick. I love those kids, man.
Chris and I know what's good.
Sure.
You got for years. You got me into Crips House.
I did get you
tape
into Crips
The
Hopsy.
only reason that tape left the tape deck was because I was driving and you guys were done listening to Journey Boys.
yeah.
That was the only
God,
reason.
I threw Cryptopsy down your throat.
Yo,
man.
but I loved it. That I remember then meeting Flo at that show in Montreal.
Flow
when
with the
we
show.
played at it wasn't Foofs. It was another show, but remember I had to park the van on this fucking hill.
Yes.
It was like this.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
exaggerating the degree in which the hill went. So I'm like, dude, I got to put this thing. Even with the brake on, like I can feel the van. I'm like, we're gonna die. Fucking, I'm just gonna leave this.
All right, so
thing
Sean, the other thing that fucking brought me and you together besides heavy metal and stuff is this weird other thing that for some reason you and I are both into industrial.
Yes.
And and I only found it because kids that I went to school with looked up to kids that were your friends in Stony Brook and Selden and Center Reach.
Yep.
So I went to school with the Anderson brothers and this kid Chris Facino and some other cats that got me into. We started out with Nine Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson, but then it quickly moved to Frontline Assembly, Skinny Puppy.
Yeah, you know,
which quickly moved to Suicide Commando and Dive and those types of bands. And then they started getting into the Ant Zen stuff and the weird, the fucking
that's when like
real extreme fucking rhythmic noise stuff and the experimental noise shit. And then there was the digital hardcore stuff where it kind of lost me.
Yeah, it's all getting extreme.
And so how did you get into industrial and all that? And how did you get into DJing live and all that, and parties and raves and all that shit?
The industrial shit I got into early because of like Ministry. Just like there was like I don't know. I think I saw the Polly's name pop. Oh, there he is, Ministry. That's pretty much it.
Shout out to Roadkill,
awesome.
ECW's own Roadkill.
Like me and him were always into music when we were like in 7th grade, and trying to find shit. And when you're in 7th grade in like 1990, it's impossible. You know what I mean? Like we're like going to record stores, can't find anything. We'd go to not a record stop. I think it was like the one spot that we would that I would go to find weirder shit. Then this place, Music Den. Then
Music Den was awesome.
It was awesome. A place I live over there now. And then
I got Blessed Are the Sick there for $2.
And then none of the above. But got into it like kind of early, and then it just really spun out of control very fast. Like I found once I get my hands into something like death metal, I remember buying Beneath the Remains on the long box CD shit, and then after that it was like I'm gonna buy everything that's on Relapse. I mean on what was it? Roadrunner. No, well, not so much with but yeah, with the industrial shit, with the Metropolis stuff that was coming out, like then like the noisier stuff like the Wumpscut. But then leading into DJing, I literally only got into DJing because they needed somebody that owns shitloads of CDs, and they had lost their DJ, and I was 16, so they let me DJ at this club. Then I started getting into it more and more because I just started liking it. Then I found hardcore techno, and then me and Derek Prince would go to these clubs. I would DJ out there. Those times were wild because this isn't like it was like like house music. This shit was brutal. Look up the Berserker. This dude basically wrote death metal with
Do you like any of the noisier stuff like Merzbow and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
just curious.
Just because I just like extremity. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I'm not even saying that.
Even if it's extreme for the sake of being extreme.
You brought your wife to a Merzbow show and she still married you somehow.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Holy
At
fuck.
125 decibels.
Now you say Merzbow.
Yeah, it's Merzbow.
Is it Merzbow?
Yeah,
I say Merzbow. Okay, I'm wrong.
He is just nuts. Just
yeah,
nuts
it's completely nuts.
I remember getting the
Sam Goody. Jesus Christ.
Yo, we used to rob
Shout outs to the Wall.
Shout outs to the Wall.
We
Shout outs to
robbed
Sam
Smith
Goody.
Haven Mall
Fucking
of everything.
Tower Records.
Tower Records, another good one. But nothing compared to none of the above. That was
None of the above was bad. But Tower Records, I have to tell
Utopia had CDs there actually in the basement.
Shit.
I got
The Wiz.
I got the Fury of 5 album there.
Fury of 5, holy shit.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys ever go to Uncle Phil's?
Yeah, Uncle Phil's out west.
Out
Yeah,
west on Long Island.
Yeah.
Eastern, Western Long Island.
Yeah. But yeah, I went out to Uncle Phil's.
So one time, Uncle Phil's was a great record store.
No, it was. Yeah, they had great shit.
One time, me and Anthony Miola went to Uncle Phil's to go record shopping.
How come
right?
it's always my Ola? When's it gonna be your Ola?
It's never going to be your Ola.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, and Uncle Phil used to have commercials on television, right? So everybody knew what Uncle Phil looked like. And we're at the record store, and we're just freaking out because Uncle Phil had everything, and Uncle Phil was there.
You're like, oh shit, it's Crazy Eddie.
You're right. Uncle fucking Anthony fucking like at volume 700 was like, holy shit, you're fucking Uncle Phil. What's up, dude?
Uncle Phil was good. That was,
and he was a cool guy. He was like, hi.
They didn't have. It wasn't like Kim's Video or like Bleecker Bob's, but I mean, it was someplace accessible
on Long
for
Island.
us to go to
for us Long Islanders.
to get shit. because that sucked back in the day. Like everybody, now like you just go anywhere and you can fucking find any goddamn record that you want. But back then it was tough for us.
Yeah, we had
I
none of the
take a
above.
train.
Slip disc,
Well, I'm saying
Uncle
before
Phil's.
that,
Yeah,
slip disc. That was a drive.
Classic.
yeah, it was
So
at least an hour and a half drive.
dude,
Yeah,
and like I'm walking out with like a stack.
Expensive. The
Records,
place was really
like
expensive.
this big, and I would only spend $110 to get those 30 records. Now it's like I buy one record, it costs me $45 fucking dollars. That's
Slip Disc Records in Valley Stream really was. It's like an hour away from us, that away.
right.
And
Behind
it was
us, right.
expensive as fuck. I got
But worth it.
Angel Corpse the Inexorable there for $21, and this is 2001.
But it had the sticker that said import
Yeah.
on it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they-
It was
believe
an
them.
import.
Okay, so Carl asked this question. When did you guys realize this shit is fucking special when making Voracious Contempt? That's a great question. We never said. I can tell you that we never said it was something special, but we always knew it was something that nobody was doing. Nobody was putting fucking all that hip hop into death metal. Nobody was doing it. Zero.
Also, a lot of people have to remember, in 1995 and the 90s, it was tough to get signed. You
Right.
had to be a good band,
Yeah,
period.
right.
You guys were a good fucking band, and you were signed and had a record deal for a reason. It wasn't just like, I got a laptop and we can make this fucking record now. Like, just like every other band on planet
Yeah,
Earth.
no,
Who
Pavement
could put
was
out
serious
fucking
about
half-ass music.
getting you
We
guys
all
on-
knew-
You were on a real-ass record label because you were a real-ass good band. And
We
like,
all knew that.
you were a good fucking band, and that CD really is good.
We all knew that we were doing something different. Unfortunately, the problem was the world wasn't ready for it. When the album came out, most of the mainstream press thought it was just another album. It wasn't any good. They didn't realize what we were doing. And at that time, we didn't realize we were ahead of our time. And, whatever. It is what it is. And it sucks that we were ahead of our time. And 70,000 bands copied that album. And they still do.
Yeah,
but-
but echoing back, you were talking about the hip hop influence on that, and I think like a lot of people,
Tons of hip hop on that album.
like especially,
I don't care what
people
anybody says.
watching like a fucking Internal Bleeding live stream. Obviously, you guys listen to a lot of very heavy shit and might think it's like insane.
I
The
think
amount
our
of
fan base is
hip-hop.
pretty cool and like
I sort of
pretty lenient and
and
pretty
diverse.
eclectic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
so too.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like that, you play it to like, cult kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Like, like, oh, you fucking hip hop and metal, this kid. I'm like, nah, dude, it was about the groove and shit with
Right.
all these bands. And I'm not saying it like I was in the band, but I was friends with all these bands when they were making the music.
But you were there since day one, for
Yeah,
sure.
you were there
You know
since
what I
day
mean?
one,
as a
dude.
fan,
You
then
know.
as a friend, you know what I mean? It was awesome. So it was like, oh, sick. Like, now.
You
I've
you
listened
remember
to it.
you remember you can remember when we were
A lot of
hanging out
people
and
in
be
the
like,
comments are mentioning the flyers, the classic IB
oh, the
flyers
classic
with the classic statements and
Yeah.
the classic unmistakable font.
Yeah.
And,
That's me from the
that
advertising
shit, that
business.
got me too as a young kid. I was like, damn, this is.
Oh
I'm
my
surprised.
What
God.
helped
band,
out
man.
also was your graphic design ability to make it out on the wall. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're like, all right, that fucking flyer looks sick. I'm going to check that out.
Oh my God! If we came out with any of the flyers that we did back then, if we came out with them today, somebody like Metal Sucks would be
Cancel culture.
Yeah,
cancel culture would
They
be
weren't
all-
exactly PC.
Let's see. We had more bullets, more slam riffs than bullets flying in a schoolyard. That's always a classic,
God damn
right?
it. Yo, I got to.
More fun than being raped in prison. Heavier than Monica Lewinsky. Some of you who weren't born in the 90s wouldn't
Yo,
even get
honestly,
that reference.
go back and check out some of those pictures. She was kind of hot.
No.
Like I would have nutted on a dress too.
no.
She was thick with 2 C's.
It's hot as fuck. Hot
Yeah,
Jewish
fuck
chick.
it. Whatever.
Jewish chicks.
Coming from a thick
From my
dude,
experience,
that's
getting
a
great-
thick chick. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
Like,
Yeah, we had some good flyers back then too, but times are different. Unfortunately, you can't do that shit now, so
no,
it sucks.
everything I put some.
Harold, I don't remember the Jesus one. It's probably something like more fun than being nailed to a cross,
Oh,
knowing me, because
That
I came
was-
up with all those
that was pretty good
statements.
right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's-
So I mean,
Oh, brother.
and Chris comes up with good statements now too. So it's his statements are a little more relevant than.
Debatable.
Oh, stop!
I'm going to say more than half the people checking in wish I was not in the band.
Oh, stop!
I personally just wish.
Well, I do. So fuck all of
Fuck
them.
'em.
So
Oh,
whatever.
fuck him. I ain't going nowhere.
Can I have some blood on?
Yeah, dude, of course.
Oh, Sean, what did you bring? Sean brought us a gift. Sean brought Chris a gift.
No, I brought both you guys a gift. You're just a pussy. You don't drink.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I could partake, but I'm just a nerd.
We brought a suffocation.
yeah,
We
yeah,
brought
yeah.
a suff. We brought a suff.
Oh yeah,
Sean Bell.
always shot out to the suffocation boys.
Sean Bell bought brought a Suffocation album. I know.
Steve
I'm doing it-
Seagerman
I'm
whiskey.
doing it on
Steve
purpose.
He's doing
Seagerman's
a
whiskey.
reveal. It's a reveal.
Blood Oath. Oh, wrong way. So we're gonna have a
That's
little.
not actually sponsored by Suffo, is it?
No, it's just
No.
a very,
It's
very,
a very good whiskey.
I was
and
like, they got the hot
Sean,
sauce.
pour
they
me a
got the-
glass because I'm not gonna do it because I'll pour the whole glass.
No,
and
man,
I'm not
enjoy
gonna do that.
yourself. You can see where it's at.
This
what
is why I
level.
love Sean
I
Bell.
bring it out for special occasions. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep it, don't go ahead.
No,
and
I'm
It's a
not.
2017
Vintage.
Vintage.
Yeah, it's good. It's not.
Damn, that Waterford.
So I know, right? Listen to this. Everybody, listen. Ready? Anyway, I want to give a little Sean Bell story.
Old
Okay,
Waterford.
on our first tour. Back in the day, I think it's still the same. Canada used to charge you for every shirt that you brought in.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sean Bell, when we were going over the border to Canada during this tour, literally snuck 1,000 shirts into Canada on his body. He must have worn 20 shirts. He had Jenko jeans at the time, so he had
the beauty of Jenkos.
he had his legs wrapped in t-shirts, his pockets filled with t-shirts, and he snuck everything in.
Yo, check in if you used to wear Jenkos.
Yeah, if you used to wear Jenkos, check in.
Tell me which ones you used to have. I used to have ones that had like a skunk, a little cartoon skunk on it.
Like, dude, that. But
And then
how
another one
much
that had a
money
crown.
did that save us?
It saved us hundreds and hundreds of
The
dollars.
Jenko brand company saved the Internal Bleeding tour about like $3,000 in merch fees.
Wow!
Yeah.
Shout outs to Jenkos.
Shout outs to Jenko, man.
So when I started hanging out with Sean in 2002, he was still rocking them.
So rocking John
Pants bigger than ever.
Now.
I
Wait, he
was
was
just like-
wearing them yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Pants are huge.
I'm keeping baggy clothes until that's it.
I like
don't
my
give a
baggy
shit.
clothes, too.
So do I. I don't give a fuck if it goes out of style. I'm not wearing skinny jeans. I'm gonna wear baggy polo shit. I don't care if it's not metal. I'm going to wear cool shirts, hats.
I've been
that
friends
have
with
one
Sean
on
now,
it.
thinking about it since for 18 years, and
Yes,
I've actually I met Chris 20 years ago, almost.
When I gave you the approving nod.
Yeah, so that was 2000.
The approving.
It was 2000 to 2001. My high school band From the Ashes opened up for GFY and Internal Bleeding at the Downtown, which is now a Croxley's Ale House, a wingery.
Which is closed.
Is it?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But it was a matinee for some reason. My high school band got on this fucking show with these killer bands.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, I remember.
Yeah, and Pravella, and I had all the IB CDs at that point. This up to Driven to Conquer at that point. And in walks Chris, tall as fuck, with his 2 guitars in his hands.
Great.
And me and my shitty high school band From the Ashes were playing on stage, and he looks up and he's just like, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking guy from Eternal Bleeding is giving me the fucking.
You were grooving, baby.
Yeah,
I
he was
loved it.
enjoying it. So, shout outs to these guys.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Doing the
GFY,
damn
Matty
thing.
Bones, rest in peace, brother.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Another IB
Another
alumni.
Mutilation 420.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. What was the other band that he fucking
Yeah,
Reputo-
and Punch Your Face. He's on.
You know-
Punch
you
Your
know
Face
what- you
album
know what
with-
sucks?
No, he's not on the album.
No,
Frankie is the only guitar
guitar
player on the album.
Yeah.
I joined the band shortly after the full length
was
came
a
out.
huge part of me getting introduced to the Punch Your Face dudes. I had met him back in the day through Gary Gitlin.
Oh, fucking Gary's the man,
Yeah.
dude.
Who actually booked Without Remorse?
Necrosis.
Yeah, Necrosis.
Who booked Without Remorse and Awaken the Cadaver in Jensen Beach, Florida in 2008.
Yeah, I remember you coming up and telling me about that shit. That was crazy.
All right, I'm going to answer this
No, Without
question.
Remorse and Awaken the Cadaver.
I'm
Is that what I
answering
said?
this
Is
question.
that what I said?
Chris McCarthy, you better stay in the band till the end.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you
I
right
have to
now
agree
that
with
Chris McCarthy is staying in the band till the end. And if I die in a week, it's his job to keep going. So, and then
You
when he,
better not die in a week.
I hope not.
No, it's
But you know what? I've been thinking about this.
morbid, but thank you.
You know, with Eddie Van Halen dying and all these fucking people dying, dude, I'm getting older and it's freaking me out.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked
It's
up. It
freaking
sucks.
me the fuck out that all these people are dying and I'm starting to get. It's been a rough. My mother just died.
It's been a rough
fucking-
year, man,
yeah,
for
it's-
sure.
Dude,
And like
it's been a rough
you
couple
said it a week or
years.
two ago on air that you were like, not playing shows has aged you terribly this year.
Yes,
You feel? I feel like
absolutely.
last year I was 35 and we were playing shows. I felt like I was a 20-year-old kid. This year I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. Not playing shows sucks. It for people like
Not going to shows sucks.
right.
You know what I mean?
So what I'm saying is, okay, for you, right. For me and Chris, not playing shows is detrimental to our health.
I see it for Chris. I know.
I
Oh,
see it for.
I can see it, dude. I fucking gained weight this year. My fucking hair is gray as fuck this year coming in, dude. I just like I have zero
Still the
motivation. I have
beard
no
check,
fucking. I have no release. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
I have no fucking release.
It's harder to write riffs because there's no excitement.
Roadkill does tell us to lay off the bacon. That probably does help. We did just get presented a tray of bacon, which I didn't even eat.
Yo, so man,
In
every
fairness.
shout out in the world to
Roadkill.
Yeah, Mike DePaoli.
Here you go, buddy.
Mike DePaoli, the ECW wrestling god, another guy that went for
The
it.
final actual OG tag champ, along with dastardly Danny Doring.
It was so awesome having him on the show
He's
too.
the coolest,
I think
man.
he's the
Again,
best.
he also works
My
with me and
oldest
Sean at
friend.
our day job, and
Yeah,
Sean's done a cool thing
that's
that's he's employed 7 of his fucking actual friends, man, and you're
Yes,
the fucking man,
thank
dude.
you.
I really appreciate it, dude, and the shit that Chris has done has been able to take me around the planet 10 times over already. I released an album
You know how happy
that was widely regarded as possibly the best of the band's career, and I drive a nice car, and I fucking have a cool watch, and I fucking wear nice clothes and shit because of these 2 guys, and I've done it all literally because of these 2
All right,
guys.
give yourself some
I've done
credit.
it all because of
Give
these 2 guys.
yourself some credit.
You do, man. Yeah,
Oh,
give
well, you know,
yourself
without
credit.
Give
remorse.
yourself some credit.
Okay, sure. Without remorse,
All right?
I knew I had a thing that me and Matt created that was a different thing happening at the time. There was the metalcore bands, and then the girl pants bands and stuff.
Very true.
And then
That's
Without
so
Remorse
true.
came along, and
Way
we
to go,
did this
Thomas. True.
other thing that I was like, well, I don't like that shit, but I like this shit. Let me do what I can of that shit. And it was heavily influenced by the Onward to Mecca era, and there's no doubt about that. But no, I owe it all to you guys. These 2 guys right here.
Shut up.
Yeah, nah, man. Fuck, you earned it. You know what I'm saying?
I told you
Yeah,
you're speaking at my funeral.
He says
I'm making
nice
him
things all the
speak.
time.
I had to speak at Bill's funeral. It's the
You
hardest
guys should take
thing
a pool.
ever.
I'm probably going before Chris.
No.
I ingest a lot more weird things than he does.
I already died. Like,
Yeah,
so I
you
already-
did.
I already, I
Sean
already-
died
So,
10
all
years
right,
ago. Is
Sean-
that coming up soon? That is,
Wait,
right?
Yeah, soon.
You want to talk about
okay,
that?
Yeah, can you talk about that?
Of course I can talk about
All right,
it. It's
so
hilarious.
Sean Bell actually died.
10 years
Died,
ago, Sean had
dead.
a legitimate
Yeah.
heart attack.
So Sean, tell us the story.
Go ahead.
Tell us everything.
Somebody cheers my own death.
Yeah, because
Cheers to Sean's death.
this is 10 fucking years we're going on that we have you back.
Yeah, so
Thank God.
A decade ago, I'm gonna go right through the story.
Yeah,
and
go
how
through the
nuts it
story.
is.
Go
So,
through because nobody watching has ever died.
Yeah,
You have. You died,
So
dude.
the weekend, it was, I died on a Sunday. The Friday and Saturday before, we were getting busy with butter pills, and for me to explain
What are butter pills?
Okay, so
pills.
do you want to explain?
Let him just.
Yes, no,
Oh,
well,
so you're
oh, Chris was
complicit.
there, yeah, yeah.
You're complicit in
Well,
his
because
death.
I've eaten just as many of them.
Okay.
Chris was present for this, and my other very long-term friend, my homie Chris Seitz, was there. So I was growing shitloads of weed, and I would have all these plants and shit left over, like the leaves and everything else. So I made these butter. I made butter out of the weed butter out of the fucking leftovers. But so I'd make them, and they were like the size of fucking sewer caps, and I'm not exaggerating. Chris saw them. It would be like a 12-inch disc like that thick of just
Like the biggest glass cookie sheet you could find
ever.
in your fucking oven, filled with green butter.
And we were putting it on everything. Me and Chris were making sandwiches out of it and putting on rye bread and shit, making roast beef.
These guys.
Seriously, we were. But
We were toasting rye bread, roast beef sandwiches. We were toasting the bread in the pan, and we were like, well, let's just use the butter that has the weed in it.
I
It's
thought it
getting
was.
hot.
Not knowing the dosage. You
I
know
was.
what I mean?
I
the
thought it was
wings?
fun to have BB gun wars with real 22s, and here you guys are doing this. So anyway, go ahead.
So we the night before I was with Sites, and it was getting late, and we were like, I'm like, we're high, but we're out. Oh, I don't want to wait for it to kick in. So I just took my knife, and I was just I got this bench made. I'm just cutting off fucking chunks of the butter and just swallowing the butter.
Oh
So
God.
I'm pretty sure that might have sparked the following events. But basically, the next day I wake up and I feel like shit. But it's Sunday, and I was living. My boy Frankie Mitz was living with me at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the store. We're gonna hit Best Buy. I had to get something from Home Depot. But at Best Buy, I remember being like, I don't feel good. Something weird's going on. So
What? Okay.
Oh yeah, so I got everything the classic shit, like my left arm. Yeah, so it felt like I'll do it with my right hand. So you guys always pull my I'm going backwards. So but if it was my left arm, I started getting that tingly feeling on my hand and shit. This is weird. So I don't remember buying myself any of the shit that I bought, but I came home to a bunch of cool shit. Like I had like an Apple TV, a fucking new iPod that I bought because I was dying.
So wait, dying is pretty good.
Yeah, so it was weird because I only had like intermittent memories of what was
Right.
happening that day. So finally, it got to the point where I was like, all right, I got to go into the bedroom. I was watching football because I was gambling, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in my room. Maybe I'm stressed out because I'm losing money. See what the fuck's going on. So I start like WebMDing shit. I'm like coming up like on every goddamn thing. Like you're having a heart attack, dude. Like you gotta get to the hospital. So Mitz is like, dude, enough of this. Let's get in the car. He takes me to the hospital. I don't remember the car ride. And then I remember walking in, and I remember seeing like the cop guy or whatever that checks you in at the emergency room. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I think I'm having a heart attack." And he's like, "All right, go inside." Nurse sees me.
All right, go inside.
He didn't wait
Typical
at all.
emergency room.
He just like walked that way. I was like, okay. So I go walking in there. I didn't like look for anybody. I just sat down in this chair. And when you're in like an emergency room, the chair weighs you and it has like this blood pressure cuff. As soon as the girl puts the blood pressure cuff on, I was like, and I was out. So they wheeled me into this room. Of course, obviously, I don't remember any of this, but Frankie Mitz, unfortunately, was there for all these events, and then my mom later on. So they wheeled me into the emergency operation room, and they're working on me. I'm going in and out. Then
What was
the Widowmaker?
Do you remember anything about the going in and out?
No, I would like to somehow because I was out for such a long period of time, and like your brain's very active in short spurts like that, especially under extreme conditions.
Right.
Like even if you're having like a bad dream, the shit can seem like it lasted a lifetime, but it was 8 seconds. In
Right,
your brain,
right.
Shit. So I would like to have known what was going on or what I was thinking about, but apparently I didn't want to die because I was fighting like a motherfucker, which was pretty funny.
Thank God.
So some funny, so anyway, to make a longer story shorter, it gets to the point where now I'm dead. I'm flatlined. So they had hit me bang with the shit still out. So now we're at like 4 minutes, and like there's like these little charts in the room that tell you like, okay, there's like brain death and fucking organ failure that coming up. I hit like 7 minutes. They're like, bong, hit me again, nothing. Goes up again. So it finally gets like the 8-minute mark. They're like, we have to blast this guy one more time because otherwise, that's it. My mom's there, not in the room, but my mom's present. Frankie Mitz is present. They hit me again. I wake up and I go fucking ape shit. So I fucking destroyed like $200,000 worth of Stony Brook Hospital medical equipment. Yeah. So took out half the hospital, and then immediately went into a coma. The crazy part was though, during that 8-minute period, they called my mom into the room and they were like, I'm just saying this because this is funny to me. I don't give a fuck if I offend any of you. Brought my mom to the room like, do you want a priest present? Because he's probably gonna die or he's dying, blah blah blah. So she's like, my mom was Catholic, being brought up, and she had thought about it for a second. She's like, if he makes it through this and wakes up, she's like, he'll fucking kill me if a priest was in here trying to do any prayer to him. So no. So in the actual moment, my mom stood up and actually represented the fact that Sean's an atheist who has pictures of the devil all over the place and would be super pissed off.
If this was VH1, this would we do the pop-up video thing at the bottom. We go, bing, fun fact that Sean was actually excommunicated from the Catholic Church at the age of 13.
Yes.
Carry on.
Yeah. So I have a wacky relationship with religion. But yeah, died. Was in a coma for 8 days. In the coma, had died again, and then this will be the 10th year.
Do you remember anything from the coma?
No, I remember not from the coma. I remember when I was waking up, my sister was there, and she was fucking with me. My sister's awesome. She had, stayed with me. Her and my mom were staying with me apparently every night. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I woke up, and the first thing they wanted to see, and like, I'm not saying this to be a weird or anything, but they were like wanting to see if like I'd gone like simple or anything, so I was out for so long or whatever. So they gave me, intubated, so they gave me a pen and whatever. So I just wrote on a piece of paper that the Jets suck, and I handed it to my mom. And my mom's a huge Jets fan, so she's crying, she's happy. All right, his brain clearly works if his first thing is to do is to insult my football team. And then
that's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
My end part of the story will be a two-part quick shout out. My sister, shout out to going. I'm like, I have to pee, and she's like, oh no, you don't have to pee. I was like, no, I have to pee. She's like, and then I noticed the little fucking tube going down, and I'm looking at it like following, like, oh fucking shit, that's going. I'm like, oh fuck, and getting a catheter removed from your dick hole is probably one of the worst things in the world. Followed by
Some people pay for that though.
Yeah, so
Some people
that's
pay for that
Especially in Japan.
that motion.
brutal. But yeah, I died and then reanimated, like the horror movies that I love so much.
So I mean, how long was the coma for, legit? Because I remember. All right, so I mean, not to be morbid or anything, and not to make it my story or anything. So the night before, when you were eating the butter pills, Without Remorse was playing a show upstate in Troy, New York, with a band called the Judas Syndrome, which was fronted by Phil Vibes from Irate.
Yep.
And I had crazy fucking stomach issues that night. I ate at a pizza place that made me sick, or a Starbucks that made me sick, and I kept having to go back to our hotel room, like a mile away from the club, to go to the bathroom.
Wow.
But anyways, so it was an okay show or whatever, in an okay place. But I remember the next day trying to get a hold of Sean, and I couldn't because we just check in pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And Frankie Mitz called me and said, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think Sean's dead. And I was just like, what? He's like, he's in a coma. He had a fucking heart attack yesterday, dude, and he's in a fucking coma.
Jesus.
And I think Sean Bell is dead, dude. Like, and he's crying. Like, and I've never heard him. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I've never heard him. I've never heard him.
I put Mitz through some shit, man.
He's the toughest dude. One of the toughest dudes I ever met. Like, one of the
motherfucker on the planet.
most sarcastic dudes and like meanest dudes. And like, this was like,
But I also bet
it was
on him
brutal.
to
It was
fight a
fucking
girl.
brutal. And I hung up the phone. I just looked at Matt and I was like, oh, we got some shit to deal with. A couple hours later, you came to, thankfully.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's actually like a 101 thing, or it's like a 10,001. What did they say it was?
Oh
Like,
no! For me, surviving,
Yeah.
there was an infinitesimal fucking number.
Infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal.
Well.
The middle of the
Well,
mouth.
we
All
are
right,
glad
so
you're
here's
still here,
to
brother.
Sean Bell surviving.
Yeah, I
Death.
owe myself more booze.
That was 10 years ago, coming up in November, right?
Yeah, coming up in November. But I was in the coma was so I was dead for 8 minutes and I was in a coma. I'm gonna take more of this if you don't mind.
No, there's no more left.
Balls. Oh wait, I got this other shit.
We're drinking a lot.
What do you call it? So it's going to be a decade in November, and I was out for about 8 minutes, and I have the actual printout that I always pull out and show Chris to make.
Yeah,
it
no, it's
feel
not a fucking joke, dude. He doesn't say the story to fucking sound cool.
Oh
or tough or
no,
anything.
yeah, like I
Legit
have,
flatline for
I have a
8
flat
minutes.
line,
For a while,
like
dude.
dot matrix printer,
like
thing.
brain dead.
Like,
Fucking
yeah,
like should have come out with some sort of brain damage. May have.
yeah. I'm not saying I'm fucking.
You
okay.
said remember you couldn't smell or something. For a
Oh
while.
shit! Yeah, that was crazy. I was at Full Force Studios with Joe Sincata, and me and him love sushi. And I got sushi, and I put the sushi in my mouth, and all of a sudden I'm like, yo,
I'm gonna tell this
is this?
story about you
And I'm
shitting
like
on the hill.
spitting out of my mouth, like, dude, this sushi's rancid. And yo, I lost my sense of smell and taste for 2 years, and then magically it came back, and now I have like all these new tastes and shit that I like. Like I like darker coffee. I like stronger bourbon. I don't like certain sweet shit. It's just weird. But I had no smell.
I know. Sean hit me up out of nowhere. He's like, "You ever tried dried cranberry goat cheese?" I'm like, "What?" Christine Kaz checking in saying, Chris McCarthy, you're not one of those poopers at home, are you? No, I can poop at a club if I absolutely have to, or a fucking rest stop if I have to. But this particular club in Troy, New York, was set up with like just 2 urinals and then like an open toilet. Like it was just like a public weird open toilet.
Would it have
no
been the
door.
weirdest place you pooped?
No.
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 Unfortunately.
I know
No,
I'm
no,
sure
no, no,
I've
no.
heard some
Stories
horror
going next.
stories
So
about
no, so this
toilets
wasn't
and
really
shit.
like a comfortable bathroom. Like if it was an actual regular stall in a shitty club, I just would have dealt with it. But it was just an open toilet next to 2 urinals, and it was like I need a few minutes for myself. You know what I mean? Like I need to, you know. But I went back like 3 times. It was bad. It was really bad. I think Starbucks poisoned me and Seth that day. Seth Cuevas from Revenants.
So one time, Chris, I don't actually have proof because I was asleep, but one time, Chris, when we were on tour, we were in Germany, and Chris had to go to the bathroom really bad. And
So you can't poop on a tour bus.
You're not allowed to poop on a tour
No.
bus. So
That's a fucking serious rule.
all I know is that we wake up, and I look up on there's this like little grassy knoll, and there's piles of toilet paper all over the.
They're paper towels. Because that's all
Were
I
they
could find.
paper towels? They're
Yeah, I grabbed them
paper
like off the
towels
kitchen
all-
table and like an emergency.
all
and
over the
stormed out the door.
grassy knoll, and apparently Chris went outside on the grassy knoll in the middle of the night and shit. But the funny thing is like the paper wasn't piled in one spot. There was multiple. There was multiple paper towel piles all over the. So I don't know what was going through Chris's head. He's like, I shit here, but this wasn't a good spot, so I'm gonna go in.
He might have just been running for
Jeremy
it.
Wagner from Broken Hope's like, did somebody leave a bunch of paper towels outside? Like,
That was the greatest.
Oh, fucking idiot.
So speaking about shitting, okay.
we drank a lot of Jägermeister the night
Yeah,
before
we
that.
did,
Like
we
it didn't, like my
You
guts.
just-
And I don't really do
cannot
that.
picture you drinking.
No,
Jaeger.
and I don't. Like, and it made
No,
my
not
guts.
you,
It turned my
him.
guts into Slurpees.
So one time on tour, I don't know if it was the Voracious Contempt tour. I had to take a shit one day, and we stopped at a rest stop, and I tore out of the van at 100 miles an hour into the bathroom, take a dump, and I sat down, and there was a splash.
Mm.
And so I literally sat down in a clogged toilet bowl that was filled with shit already.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
And it was just, it's like water and shit came up over my legs.
That's the blue water
and
special.
all over. Oh my God, it was the worst thing ever.
Oh my God.
You people don't know what it's like when you have to shit.
That's
on
just because
tour.
you just want to play guitar when you're
Right.
like 12 years
This is
old.
why I book bands and don't go on tour. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I want to shit in a nice toilet. These guys are
It's
fucking
just I'm
shitting
shitting on the
off
side of this
mountains.
hill in Germany. I'm like, I should have gone to college.
Yeah, but at least you shit in Germany.
Right.
So not a lot of people.
All
can
right, we're
say-
wrapping it up in 10, 12 minutes or so, guys. It's almost 6:30. We had such a good time, Sean.
Yeah,
You're,
fuck yeah.
you're
dude.
literally
Yeah,
on.
dude.
You're welcome
Love you
any
guys.
fucking week, dude.
Love you
There's like
guys.
a litany of shit we still haven't even gotten into, dude. Our fucking friendships. I've been friends with these guys for 20 years now. Sean is responsible for my heavy metal career. Chris brought it to the fucking next level. It's fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah, dude, I had a fucking blast. Like I said, we didn't really talk
We didn't really
about
talk about anything. Yeah, we didn't
yeah.
get into anything. You lived with Hobbs for forever. You were signed to Metropolis Records. You were fucking.
I heard you played guitar in high school too.
I did. With
What was the
Mike
name of your
DePaolo.
band?
Yeah, but
He checked in before and said it.
he said it.
No joke. Wait, was it no joke? Shit, he knows. Where's the poly? Tell him to come back.
You were also in a band with the dudes from.
Glad you're cackling, Christine. That's what
I
we're here
can't remember
for.
the name with
Make you
No
laugh.
Choice.
No Choice, that's
no
right.
Choice with me and fucking me, DePaoli, Chris LaMagna was in it, who went on to be in the band LaMagna. I think briefly played with 1.6 band with Kevin Egan from Beyond. I'm talking about old school hardcore bands. I think you guys know who they are, but they're, I mean, like older New York hardcore bands. DJ'd with my fucking boy, no clue. Yeah, Mike DePaoli just checked in with the name. He smashed the guitar on stage. I still have a piece of. We destroyed a
Fucking
rec
awesome.
center at high school. We got our names called over the loudspeaker on the Monday. Sean,
Mr. Sean Bell, please
because
come
we
to
had
the.
destroyed the fucking the little like cafeteria areas, boot marks and scuffs all over the place.
That's
It was
awesome.
an actual mosh pit. So yeah, that might have been like the first show I booked was with Mike
What the hell
DePaoli
is
when I
on
was
my
in high
head?
school. But then
awesome.
DJing did a whole bunch
is
of fucking
that?
awesome shit. I've had a pretty good life when it comes to the music shit.
Yeah, so we're all pretty thankful that we're all pretty thankful that we know each other.
Oh hell yeah, man!
We're very lucky that we know each
other.
other
It's incredible, dude. The things we've done together and have done
and survived.
because of the circle that IB has made and the Long Island heavy metal scene and like the Suffo guys, Steve Seegerman, Doug Bones,
Yeah, shout
that
out to
crew,
Sigmund.
Doug Cerrito, that goes into fucking all the hardcore dudes, the GFY guys, that turned into me and Matt wanting to be like, you know, be down with the Punch Your Face dudes and Thug Squad and
It's
fucking
amazing.
the Onward to Mecca era Internal Bleeding, and that turned into Without Remorse, that turned into Revenants, that turned into me and Joe from Without Remorse and Revenants and
Back
joining
in
Internal Bleeding.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
It's insane, dude. It's
It's-
honestly fucking insane, dude.
It's so cool.
That's what we were supposed to talk about, but Chris gave it a quick like Wikipedia sum up. But the whole those Cliff Noted summarization of what we were supposed to talk about. But yo, everything they said is extremely true.
So
This is going back to the '90s. you know?
summer's over. Obviously, fall is here. We're not going to be outside on my back deck. Chris and I are going to move the show indoors soon.
I'll go as long as I'm comfortable, dude.
Yeah, me too.
As long as it's comfortable to smoke and have the camera out safely and shit.
Yeah, man, hoodie weather is beautiful.
I'm cool with it.
I like your
Chris
backyard.
likes it a little warmer.
I do. Tomorrow, it's a little bit of a sad day. Tomorrow's my last car show of the season,
No.
so I'm not very happy about that. I polished and cleaned the Barracuda to the
Ooh,
nines.
Chris let me
today.
use his Meguiar's ceramic spray
Wax.
strawberry wax on the Beamer today. It looks ridiculous. Where's the car show?
The car show is in Comac at Pep Boys.
They
Not
know
very
about your
glamorous.
car,
I thought you were
right?
going to say by the beach or something.
No, it's not glamorous. They keep shutting down the car shows because too many of us old fucks with muscle cars show up and rev our engines really loud. And
And none of y'all wear masks.
none of us wear masks.
Your
and
car
it's,
is nice though, man.
Thank you.
I'm not really into. I'm not a
I
car
will
guy,
be
but-
doing a special during the smoke sesh on the Barracuda, and you'll see a little video of the car. And
Did anybody
whatever.
figure out what car I was talking about last week?
No,
Pounder, Slammer,
I don't know. Charger?
AMC something.
No, didn't I say Scrambler?
Maybe a Scrambler.
So wait, this is important.
Okay.
Did you have any good burgers this week?
I had a great one yesterday. Went to
yeah,
the
that was
Rex
good.
Burger and Lobster in Mineola,
What?
Long
Okay,
Island.
so I saw that post.
Yo,
Okay.
Joey Beards, man, we gotta
Burger
get to
and
Rex Burger
lobster?
for that lobster roll.
I know. I'm gonna bring Sakata next time because
No,
yeah. So
we
it's
gotta go
a
there. That was
lobster
our
roll
celebration.
place
Okay.
that also has a burger that tastes just very close to the In-N-Out burger.
Looks
to
like
me,
it,
to,
okay.
to the double. Pretty fucking good. I ate it in like 3 minutes. Crushed it. Absolutely destroyed it. And I got a chicken sandwich just for good measure that was not as good. But the burger was fucking phenomenal. So if you guys are on Long Island, check out Rex Burger.
So now, have you ever been
Rex
to
Burger
the?
and Lobster.
Have you ever been to the place? I forgot.
But I don't fucking need a piece of lobster on my burger for an extra $32.95.
No. Me and Beards want to go to get the lobster roll because that was what we were supposed to do when we got the new building. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's go
oh,
tomorrow.
Oh,
get this.
all right.
We're like, that was
Speaking.
our
Okay. Speaking
celebration.
of lobsters,
Let's go before football.
has nothing to do with lobsters, but what is the place on Long Island that has those fucking fried clams?
Bigelow's.
Bigelow's. Oh my fucking god, that
Yeah.
place rules.
Come on.
Bigelow's rules.
Hit me. I know everything about fried shit on Long
If you're
Island.
from Long Island and you've never been to
Crispy
Bigelow's,
deep
you
fryer.
need to go, man. It's fucking good shit.
Bam Bam
Good shit.
Bigelow's, maybe.
Well, yeah. All right, so we're gonna only do 7 more minutes. We're gonna wrap this up.
It's
at
getting dark,
6:30
man. This
New York
sucks.
time. It does
I
suck.
love it. More dark, forever dark.
Oh God.
All right, so Chris, you want to put those links back up in the comments, man?
Oh, no,
So, guys,
me,
please-
Yeah,
I'll
put the
forever
links up.
dark. Be forever
Check
dark
out
outside.
the store that Sean owns, that
Link's
I work
going up
at, that
now.
Roadkill from ECW works at. It's called the Gore store. We have an Amazon and an eBay store. We have horror movie shit. We have pop culture shit, posters,
Comic book shit.
comic
fucking
books. We have
Blu-rays.
Blu-rays. We have fucking T-shirts, custom T-shirts. We have every poster under the sun for everything you're thinking
Oh,
of. We
White Castle clam strips.
got White
When
Castle
you're-
clam
When you're
strips.
drunk, yes.
We
No,
have
White
every
Castle.
fucking Funko Pop under the sun. We have everything from NECA. We have all the cool horror movie stuff that you
Oh
guys
wait,
need
hold
for
on. If anybody's
Halloween.
looking
We have
for
all
that,
the sick online shit you guys need for fucking Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. And do you guys give gifts for Ramadan? I'm not sure, but you should this year. And you should get them from the Gore store. So check out those links in the
yes,
comments
definitely check out those
below.
links and check out the eBay store. I know a lot of people are looking for the Friday the 13th box set that came with the lithograph and the other poster. We were able to secure quite a few of them. The box itself that it's shipped in is fucking beautiful. Looks like a plain brown box. You open it, it's got printing on the inside. They went nuts. The lithograph is Mondo Media style. If you guys are familiar with like Mondo or any of those like screen printing companies, like they did a fucking crazy job. They're going for tons of money on eBay. We will be selling them for a lot. But if you
We have
if you
records. We have
message
fucking
us,
soundtracks from fucking Waxwork,
everything. I mean,
from
like,
fucking
seriously, we carry
Mondo,
everything.
from fucking everything, man.
Everybody's asking us who's next week's
We
guest
don't really
is.
do that this early. I haven't thought
We're
about it.
not. We're not telling you.
We don't do like by Thursday. We're like, did anybody? No?
We have a lot of people who want to be guests, and we're very.
Sean, I've
selective.
asked since day one, and he's been like, nah. See, I mean,
Oh,
100
yo,
people are
shout
asking.
out to this dude, Chris.
Tons of people want
Yeah,
Sean
Chris
back
is the
already, man.
man,
Chris
dude.
Stevenson says, bring back
Yeah,
Sean Bell.
thank
He
you,
will
Chris
be back,
Stevenson,
man. This was just chapter 1 of the Sean Bell saga that.
We definitely have. We're gonna have return guests.
I even worked at None of the Above Records. Did you guys know that? For the
No,
last
I didn't.
Still didn't know
the
that.
last 3 months of it being open, when Jim from the band Dimensionon worked there, I would go visit him on my break from school here at Suffolk Community College, right around the corner, on my breaks. And I had like a 3-hour break on like Wednesdays or Tuesdays or something like that. And I would just go chill with him. And he was like, yo, man, if you just chill and like help me stock out and like reorganize the shit, he's like, you could take 1 CD every week.
Was that when Wells Tipley was managing?
No,
or-
Dawn, Tom's wife.
Oh
owned it.
yeah, Dawn. Love Dawn.
And,
Dawn was
Oh,
great.
yeah,
Tom
she was really
the
cool.
nicest dude.
He
in the
really
world,
was.
man.
Dawn ruled. Dude, Dawn used
And
to
I knew
braid my hair
Tom, and I
for
used to
no
see
reason.
Tom at fucking HWA, Hardcore Wrestling Alliance shows,
Huge
where I used to
wrestling
see
fan.
Roadkill wrestle, right?
Yo,
Yeah, but Iron Rainbow.
Iron Rainbow was
Iron
actually heavy.
Rainbow was
Jeff,
awesome.
Shout out to Jeff Brown. Shout out to Mark Harrop just because. shout
Man,
out to
everything
Mark
rules. Heavy metal rules, weed rules, pro wrestling rules, industrial rules, Nine Inch Nails rules, Depeche Mode rules,
Harrop. Horror movies.
horror movies
Comic
rule. Cigars are okay, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
Jordans.
We're gonna end
All
on. We're gonna end on a good note.
I exclusively wear Jordans thanks to Sean Bell.
I exclusively wear nothing.
No, literally, he's naked from the waist
Crocs
down.
or nothing.
Sweatshirt down. I'm not. I'm wearing
He's
nothing.
nuts out right now.
Mike,
Here-
I used to see those ECW shirts at fucking None of the Above, dude.
Here's a little good news. We are scheduled to play Full Terror Assault,
It's a full year from now, basically.
but at least it's something. So
September 2021, as far as I know.
Yeah. So hopefully,
really? So you guys are actually finally able to confirm shows and shit?
It's us, Rush, and Van Halen.
right.
No, honestly.
So it's just Hagar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stinks, man. But yeah, hopefully
And
we get to
fuck
play
Rush.
live at least once next year.
Yeah, hopefully, because
Looking good.
it's gonna kill us. Anyway,
Damn, now I want some of that bacon. Now that I've taken 7 more bong hits
I
since the
ate it.
bacon.
I
Chris
ate it
really
all.
ate all the Hold
I
on.
ate all the bacon. Sorry.
What the fuck, dude?
Yo, Chris,
I was
I
gonna
had
get the
one
fucking
piece
weird
'cause
hot
I was
sauce
like,
and
yo,
see if Sean wanted to
just
try the
in
hot
case
sauce.
my fucking wife is watching.
Do you want to wring the bacon grease out from the fucking napkin into your mouth?
Yes, I do.
All right, we'll do that off camera.
Yeah, and next one we'll do. Let's do like.
Oh,
weird
wait,
hot
wait,
sauce.
Sean,
wait,
you're
wait,
literally
wait,
welcome back
wait.
any
Here's
week,
a
my
question.
brother.
As a matter of fact,
We're working on it.
We're
It was your
working
idea,
on-
Mike.
we're working on. Chris and I are working on some SmokeSesh merch for you guys. Actually, I almost finished the logo. I'll show it to you
I
tomorrow.
think you guys should
Oh,
do
yeah.
the cool ass little, like the little smoky guy.
No, I think
I
we're
actually
gonna
have
do-
another,
I
Chris.
think
I have
we're
another
gonna-
really good idea that we need to fucking
All right, so
alter
we'll
a
do
little
it.
bit.
So-
animated versions of you guys.
But it was, yeah, Mike.
I would love that.
Mike
You know,
Mike
say
Roadkill at
something.
work actually went, you guys should make fucking shirts for the fucking Smoke Sesh. Would you guys out there wear a fucking Smoke Sesh shirt? Weigh in. Let us know, because we're going to probably do a pre-order maybe as soon as next week if we get enough positive responses. So please also check out our personal fucking, well, you know, the band stuff is, I guess, more important than mine.
Well, yeah,
I
join
suppose.
us.
Jesus, look how skinny I was in Japan last year.
Join us on our social media. We're trying to get to 10,000 on Instagram.
Yeah, we're like at 9 something.
Chris wants that goddamn blue
I want
check.
that blue check. You know how easy it is to slide into DMs and get those fucking titty pics when you got the blue check mark? As
There
far
it
as
is,
I know.
folks. The real McCarthy.
Yep. This is the real me, and this is my actual
Send
fucking
him those titty
inspiration.
pics
I just
through
need
them
titty
DMs.
pics. Oh my god. All right.
All right, final shout out to Maureen who's watching.
She shouted out Front 242 and Nitz Areb
Yes, she
before.
did.
That was
She
pretty
hell
did.
cool.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude.
fuck yeah.
Shout
And
out.
say hi to Oscar for us.
Shout outs to brutalglass.com.
Brutalglass.com.
Brutalglass.com. Our actual official sponsor. They sent me a free bong because they said, hey, Chris, we like your band and we think you're a great pothead.
Yeah, dude, the bong looks sick, man.
It's heavy as fuck.
They actually didn't like the band. They just think he's a great pothead.
Yeah, well, I am, and they're not wrong. This was a really fun episode. I could probably do this again the rest of the night because we probably are just without the camera on.
We love you guys.
And
Thanks for joining us.
this was fun as fuck, man. Follow our personal accounts. They're below me. Below me. Without Remorse,
yeah, we
420 on Instagram. Barracuda something
340S
on Instagram. InternalBleeding.com. Buy some fucking merch. Go to the Cold Cut store. Go to the Indie Merch store. Buy the fucking remaining copies of Corrupting Influence, for Christ's sake. I have a car payment in a week or two. I need
And
some
we
royalties.
and you still owe me rent.
Love to John.
Oh
Harvey.
no!
Yes. So
I spent my day off with my fucking landlord and my fucking boss.
that's all right. I gave him the ceramic wax for his Beamer, so his car looks super shiny.
John Harvey, we love you, bro. We're gonna be out in Vegas as soon as possible, man.
Oh, hell
We
yeah,
might just
dude.
come visit you one of these days, dude.
Yeah. Oh, Larry, what's up, brother? We're about to sign off, but thanks for joining us.
Shout outs to Jack Pipe.
All right. Lightning round. We got 2 minutes. Any questions?
Favorite album of all time, Sean.
Go.
Every genre ever. Period.
Every genre
album.
ever. Skinny Puppy Rabies, Industrial.
No.
Okay. Give me the rest of them.
All right,
That's
go
fine.
ahead, go
Break
ahead.
them down.
Oh, wait,
Top
wait, how
five.
is
Give me
this supposed
five.
Top
Give me five.
five. Top five.
That's for every genre.
No, no.
Top five albums,
Top five
period.
Wu Tang's 36 Chambers, Ministry, Mind's a Terrible Thing to Taste, Slayer,
I like
Rain
Jesus
and
Built My
Blood,
Hot Rod better.
Godflesh, Street Cleaner, and Angel Dust, Faith No More.
Okay, my top 5 albums.
I didn't ask. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go.
I'm fucking around.
Black Sabbath, self-titled. Black Sabbath, Volume 4. Slayer, South of Heaven. Vast, Music for People. Rollins Band, Wait.
Wow.
Those are my 5 favorites.
Okay, Metallica, Black Album, Dying Fetus, Destroy the Opposition, Coheed Cambria, and Keeping Secrets of the Silent Earth 3, Beatles, Abbey Road, and I'm going to just say
Good
Driven to Conquer, Internal Bleeding, because Chris is here and I don't want him to punch me.
Oh, I'm not gonna punch you. Okay, wait.